Hey guys, just went to the Odeon, just went to see the 28 years later Bones Temple. Right, this could be an interesting review. There were some good parts, a lot of boring parts, and a very long-winded film. So that I did get to a point of the film where I was muttering, "This is boring," but there were still some good parts to it. Like, for a zombie film, there's not that many zombies. I did find at first it intriguing that the doctor, forgot his name, so I'm just going to call him the doctor, ends up sort of becoming friends with a zombie, but more and more he was testing him, more and more he was doing all these ejections, and he was becoming more and more human. He was stronger than a typical zombie anyway. He can and did rip a guy's head off his shoulders with his bare hands, which I thought that was pretty cool. So it was a kind of weird relationship between the doctor and the zombie, the giant muscle-assed zombie, and it did get a bit weird where they were dancing together, basically what seemed naked, which was kind of weird. Didn't really want to see that, but they did it anyway. Spike, who was in the first 28 years later, is in this one. This one he's recruited into a gang of Jimmies. The lead guy believes he is the son of the devil, or as he would call him, Saint Nick, old Saint Nick. So to anyone who is 50-50 and they may not necessarily want to go and see a film with a religious aspect, this won't be for you, because there's a lot of it, of charity, aka sacrificing to the devil, believing he is the son of the devil. And when he encounters the doctor later on, at first because of the red skin, he presumes the doctor was old Saint Nick, and when he realized he wasn't, they made a deal for him to pretend that he is. And I will admit, that was, as I was saying, I will admit, one of my favourite scenes was when the doctor did pretend to be the devil. The sideshow, the flames, the smoke, the water, all the stuff that happened was actually pretty cool. That was actually really well done. So for pretending for aspect, the reveal, the face makeup and the darkness and all that stuff, he did it really well. Only when he noticed Spike was a part of that group now, he basically gave up the lie, because he didn't want to see Spike go through too much torment, because in the first 28 years he lost his mother, and now he's basically in the wrong crowd. And how did Spike join this group? Well, you kill one of their members, you take their place. It's kill or be killed aspect. And these Jimmies are badass fighters, but their over arrogance is their downfall. In a barn, one of the people they kidnap, the Jimmies, they give the guy a choice: face one of these to fight. If you win, you join. If you lose, you die. He chooses one of the female members because he thought, this is going to be easy, I can overpower her, blah blah blah. Did he? No. Did he get his ass kicked? Yes. She absolutely embarrassed him, absolutely kicked his ass, but she died thanks to a woman who was hiding in the barn through something, didn't quite catch it, in the back of her skull. But there was a key female member in the Jimmies, which we find out her name is actually Kelly. You could tell she's different. You know, she's not really one of them. She argues back. She's a bit defiant and protective over Spike. So when one of the other members tried to kill Spike, she kills him. And one of my favourite scenes was when she was just casually walking through the woods. This zombie tried to sneak attack her from behind. Within seconds, she reverses, chops his head off and carries on walking. I thought that was actually pretty badass. So for characters wise, she was probably my favourite character in the movie. I think she was a badass fighter, and she even took it to the head Jimmy eventually. And she took Spike. She took Spike under her wing eventually. But you could tell she was different. But yes, this film had some cool aspects, like I was just saying, like some badass slashes and stuff. And Kelly was a really well character, and the way the Doctor portrayed to pretend to be the devil was really well done. But oh, and there was another scene that I really liked when the big ass zombie, who was becoming more and more human, had a fight scene on a train with a bunch of other zombies. I thought that was pretty cool. But now that's all the good stuff. That's all the cool stuff. That's all the fun stuff. Other than that, this film did drag. It was very long-winded, and there was a lot of times nothing was happening except randomly the Doctor dancing either on his own or with the big-ass zombie. And it was a bit weird. I don't think it needed it. Like I said at the beginning, for a zombie film there wasn't actually that many zombies. So there was a lot of a long-winded story more than the fight scenes. Like again, Kelly was my favourite character. Favourite scenes, like I've already discussed, as was followed. But would I recommend this film in its entirety? No. What would I give it out of 10? Maybe a 4 out of 10, because like I said, some of the scenes were pretty well done, but it's really, really long-winded and it took a long time to get to the point. Is there going to be another film with how it ended? I think so, yes. But I think with these films they are very long-winded, so you have to really be patient and stick with it. But yes, there were some good scenes, there were some weird scenes and long-winded scenes, so take it as you see it. But I will strongly say, if you are religious, if you have a strong belief in the God, the Jesus, or the devils, all that stuff, I wouldn't say this film's going to be for you, because you could be offended, possibly. So I would say maybe for that aspect, don't see it if you'll be offended as a religious standpoint is in the film. So that was just a key warning. I just thought I'll just say that. Just thought if I say it, as I was saying, I thought as long as I've said it, then it's down to you to choose if you want to go and see it or not, but at least you know. But like I said, I think I gave it like a 4 out of 10. It would have been lower if it wasn't having some of the cool scenes in it. But yeah, so 28 years later, The Bone Temple, cinemas now. See what you think to it, let me know what you think to it. Of course, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future videos, and once you've seen the video, once you've seen the movie in your own regards, let me know what you think to it. Maybe you liked it better than I did, maybe you hated it, maybe you'll give it a 0, maybe you'll give it a 10, I don't know. But definitely let me know what you think, so peace, take care, yeet.